The killer of an LA attorney remains on the loose, police say, after a shooting at an oceanfront condominium in Laguna Beach. Detectives have footage from multiple cameras at Laguna Lido on Coast Highway.
There were some things that were missing from inside the condominium, things that we're going to have to look into to see if this was a robbery, this was a burglary, this was targeted just for the victim.
Hey man, stay safe world. You already know what's going on. We gotta talk about this situation with Playboi Carti and Opium's good friend, one of the people that have been there since the beginning, D Santiago, man. Apparently, according to his GoFundMe, he's on death row for a crazy situation that went down in Laguna Beach, California, where he is accused of murdering someone, man. And a lot of people don't really know what the whole case is, but with the information that we found, we're gonna get right into it right now, man. But before we do, I'm gonna need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, run up the page. Make sure y'all check out the merch, link in the description. We got hoodies, tees, sweatshirts, everything you might need, man, for the cold weather. Let's tap in though. Man, if you've been here since the jump and you were a Playboi Carti fan since like 2014, 2015, or a Uzi fan, or a Juice WRLD fan, or a Polo G fan, you know of the Guardian. You know who I'm talking about, D Santiago. He was always posted in all the background pictures, posted up with Ian Connor in the clout heydays, man. Isn't it crazy how time goes by and a lot of your favorite artists and people from like times that you remember kind of switch up and everything's kind of different? You know, one of the people that has been there since the jump in the background behind the scenes that people have seen is D Santiago, man. He was a dude, you know, apparently, allegedly, Playboi Carti's shooter from the Magnolia Projects in New Orleans, Louisiana. He's the dude that actually spawned the name Magnolia from Playboi Carti's breakout hit Magnolia. But one of the ultimate iconic shots that they have of him is basically in the Broke Boy video. He's the dude pointing the Uzi, whatever the fuck, at the camera when Playboi Carti was on the come up, and it set a whole aesthetic for a whole genre of music to come. And that was honestly one of the first videos that I've ever seen someone like have a strap in. But basically, D Santiago is the dude in that video, man. The story that happened to him is super crazy, man. There's not a lot of information on the internet about it, but basically going through deep Reddit research, and like I was basically able to find out small bits of information, and I was able to use that information to make an inference to basically see what exactly happened. Because starting 2 years ago, around 2020, he kind of like disappeared off the internet, and then people were like basically posting his GoFundMe, which only raised like $500 or some shit, even though all his homies like Joy Division, Ian Connor, Playboi Carti, all those dudes are super rich. So I don't even understand why exactly he was like doing that. But apparently he's in jail for a murder that occurred, and he's being accused. And they basically caught him in the Northern District of Texas, fleeing the scene, extradited him back to California, facing a murder charge for a shooting that occurred in Laguna Beach. I was able to go back at that time and look up Laguna Beach murders, and of course Laguna Beach is like a really nice white area, so there's not a lot of crazy shit that goes on. So obviously something like that is going to make the news, and obviously there's very few things that have happened in that time. This is a crazy story that honestly like sounds like it could be in a movie, because of the fact that they're saying that there was surveillance video that showed him allegedly, and then that's how they have a case. And basically in this whole situation, you're gonna see that apparently they had evidence, and I'm guessing they used that evidence to later track it down to him, even though we don't know 100% that was him, and they're saying he's framed and there could be a wrong person. But apparently they cell phone triangulated his position to this actual area, and so there's basically no defense there. But a Los Angeles attorney was shot and killed in an oceanfront condominium in Laguna Beach early Tuesday morning. This is back in 2020, marking the first homicide in the city in nearly 1 year. See, like that's what I'm saying. This is like a nice area, so this type of shit does not happen often. So obviously if something like this happens, it's gonna be like a big ass deal. At 5:19 Laguna PD responded to a 911 call about breaking glass and the sound of gunshots at Laguna Lido, a condominiums located at 31755 Coast Highway. Officers arrived on scene to find a man with gunshot wounds in a second-floor unit. The victim was identified as 46-year-old Barrett Sloan, a part-time resident of Laguna Beach who was pronounced dead at the scene. Detectives say they have access to camera footage from the conflict during the incident, and they will be investigating to determine a motive. The State Bar of California website shows that Sloan faced disciplinary action and his license to practice law in California was suspended earlier this year. Officials confirmed Sloan survived an unsolved shooting 3 years ago in Beverly Glen. So this dude is like a lick. Like, I don't know how this keeps happening. This is the second time this happened 3 years ago, and this time around he didn't make it. But the thing about him, the reason why he was such a big person to like hit is because he owned a dispensary and carried large amounts of cash with him. Los Angeles police said Sloan, whose name is listed on the North Hollywood and West LA marijuana dispensary, may have been targeted because suspects believes he had a large amount of cash and drugs in his home. Sloan's death marks the first homicide in the city of Laguna Beach since August 2019. Thursday's deadly incident and earlier shooting that Sloan was involved in are both still under investigation. Police are looking to find the suspect involved in his death. Forensic technicians with Orange County Crime Lab were assisting in processing the scene and collecting evidence. So, it's definitely not looking good. Yo, like, this shit is crazy what happened there. And apparently this is D Santiago, who is allegedly accused of this type of situation, and it's not looking good for him because of the whole GoFundMe. People only paid like a couple $100, like $200, when the bill that they were trying to raise was like $50,000. So, you know, it's definitely not looking good for him, you know. And you would think that all his rapper friends would be there and, like, you know, help him pay for a lawyer or some shit, especially since that was their shooter. But maybe that's what he does and that's what he's expected, and we don't even know what the deal is. Imagine he was doing all that shit for like his homies. I think I remember seeing back a couple months ago, people were commenting on it, saying that like he was doing all this shit for his friends to get bread up, and like now they're not even like helping him. But that's kind of how it is. This world is so jaded out here that people don't really care about people like that, and they'll let their friends crash out over some stupid shit. But you know, it's that clout world. Niggas need money, niggas need to come up, and you get what you got, and that's what they get, man. But hey, let me know in the comments what y'all think about this situation, about this story of D Santiago, man. Let me know what y'all thinking about this shit. Real say shit. You already know what's going on. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Peace.